thank you for joining us. I've got two members of Boss Keloid here. I have
Alexander John Leslie Hurst.
Stephen Aarons.
Thank you. So I am ashamed to admit that I didn't get in to see you today because I was interviewing someone else. But tell me how it went.
It was good, yeah, I think. It's a bit weird coming out for the first time and seeing people looking back at you, after what, 2 years?
2 years, yeah, I've not played a gig in just over 2 years.
Wow.
So like last week I was in the mind of, King got a gig, I can't be asked. And then we've come and done it, and it's that you just realise why you miss it. It was fucking great, beautiful. I had a little moment at the end of our thing where I just play these chords and it's like a finishing thing, and then when I was singing it, it's like, like I was singing it. And I just said that's one of the moments I remember when I die, like, just for half a millisecond.
Everyone's singing it back at you.
Yeah, imperfect though. Everyone, it looked like a lot of people were, and I was like, that's why you missed
brilliant.
it.
That's why you missed it.
Yeah,
it's a great way to start again, wasn't it? A few little like fuck ups here and there, but nothing major that anyone had noticed. Hopefully,
every gig this fuck ups.
So of course you've got new material that you've never played live before from the album that came out earlier this year. But I was talking to some guys earlier on who were saying it's given the die-hard fans time to actually get to grips with the music. So you've got people singing lyrics to stuff you've never played live before.
Yeah, because we played a song called Orang of Nine tonight, and that's the first track off the new album. And when I mentioned that we were playing that, there's quite a lot of people, because we really like that song. You could tell that they liked it, and yet people were singing it, which is weird. Whereas usually your albums just come out, you're touring, and it takes a good fucking long time to get around what
everyone's playing. Play the old stuff.
And
especially with us,
we're not an easy band to listen to, I don't think. Even though we're quite pleasant, we're very obnoxious.
Well, I would say the thing with you guys is that you're not instant to you. You need to spend time with your music to actually get familiar with it. You can't put it on for 5 minutes while you're doing the dishes and then sing the whole chorus the next 5 minutes, can you?
So what you said there is it seemed people have really got the head into it, and the tunes that we played off it.
And did you notice anything different in terms of? It's a question we've asked a lot of people. You've come back to live music. It's your first gig. What are the crowd like in terms of the reaction? Did you notice any difference, or is it the same as always?
No, I mean it's lovely. Everyone's smiling, so that's the best thing.
Everyone in the room, I think, just looks grateful and felt grateful to be there. After such a break from it, to get back and just be near people again as well. It's,
how have you found it, the whole process? I don't want to dwell on lockdown because you've discussed it before.
Well, we've never really stopped seeing each other. We've sort of when we had to.
We had an initial break, didn't we?
We had an initial break, but then we were literally in a working bubble because we spent a lot of time together. So we continued to jam, and then we went and recorded the new album. And then we've done a live run through the new album. We went back to the studio, recorded and filmed that, which is coming out early next year.
Oh, brilliant!
So we've always been doing something. But it's just to come back in front of people.
And I think it's amazing. I've done a few festivals this summer, and it's once you're actually in the environment, it's like nothing's ever happened.
Nothing's ever happened.
Which is really weird when you apart from the odd person wearing a mask, you wouldn't even know anything.
Well, I didn't even know what to expect. If since a dude you've not seen for well over a year. But, you know the guys. Do you go and hug them? Because I'm an instant huggy guy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's even shaking someone's hand.
Everybody seems to have been not bothered. Hugs fucking galores.
No, I think the world has to. I mean, we don't want to dwell on this, but we've got to move on, haven't we? So, how have you found Damnation? It's not your first. Is it your first time?
It is your
first time.
I've never done it. I don't think you've ever done it before.
No, it's great. It's great. I'm really well looked after as well. I'm surprised. We got a lot of information beforehand, and they seem very organised and everything. And they've obviously got a very good reputation. But
perfect festival. They run it well, and it's shut up.
Because you're kind of festival veterans. You've done Bloodstock a couple of times. You've done Out Tangent. You've done Desert Fest and various others. So how does it compare to maybe the slightly bigger festivals?
It's a little bit extra intense tonight though, because obviously it's the first gig back.
I suppose so.
Very similar, I'd imagine. Other than it not being in a tent.
It's only size wise, but it was a great room, and the setup's great. And,
it's a great festival though, man. I'll definitely.
Honestly, no complaints.
We would play here anytime.
And of course, next year it'll be closer to home for you as well.
It's in Manchester next year.
Absolutely. Not that would have stopped you coming, I'm sure.
No.
And Ministry are playing, which is Ministry, Converge,
Pig Destroyer, Paul Bearer, there's a few. Yeah, I mean, there's basically all the bands.
They released a bunch of tasty bands first, didn't they, which is perfect.
Yeah. I think they've basically done a really good thing in that they've tried to include everyone that couldn't get here this year.
Yeah.
And put them on next year as a kind of. That was the kind of thing that sold it this year anyway.
Yeah, well, we were due to play last year. Here, they obviously put us on this year, but obviously Pig Destroyer and stuff, they've not been able to come over, have they?
No, absolutely. It's weird because some American bands are over here, some aren't. So
I guess it depends on people's vaccination status and stuff as well.
I mean, it's just people taking the risk as well.
Well, yeah.
And probably the insurance as well. Depends on your insurance company.
That's a good point,
Plus, don't forget about Brexit.
Yes,
so there's a lot of unclarity around that as well for touring bands.
Absolutely. And you talking of touring, you've got a tour coming up in a couple of weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. Bournemouth on the 18th we start.
I looked at your dates and you seem to be the only band that have actually managed to start at the bottom and work your way up. As opposed to one band that will do Southampton, Newcastle, Bristol, Norwich.
Don't know why we've done that.
We're incredibly lazy, so we don't want to.
Large travels, do we?
Yeah, no. Any extra work is not necessary, you know.
Yeah. So has that actually exercised the grey matter? Actually having to plan a tour and actually think about it a bit?
Our booking agent Tyler, bless him.
He's
rescheduled this. Is it twice or 3 times now? I don't even know, but it's been due to happen a while. So.
Right.
And we've never done a full UK tour. Which we've always just played like Manchester, London, maybe like Bob down south, and
a long weekend as well.
Yeah, but so it's good to at our tender ages to start touring proper. And really, we should have done it the other way around.
You've only been going 15 years or whatever.
I know, We should have started strong and then chilled out, but we seem to have gone the other way.
Brilliant. So the tour, obviously, you're looking forward to it. You've got. I assume you'll do a similar set list to you did today, will you, or a bit longer?
Obviously, a bit longer. Yeah. We only got 30 minutes today. So.
Was that all you had?
Yeah. Which is only 4 of our songs.
I was going to say, it's just 2 or 3.
One of the songs was 10 minutes alone.
So what will you do with what's the plan for the set list with the new tour?
Mixing that up, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to play some stuff off.
Seeing what we can get
in.
All
our albums as well.
Yeah.
Because, do it right for once.
That'll be really interesting because your sound not being negative at all, but if you listen to the first album and then listen to the current album, you could actually say they were 2 different bands.
Yeah, really good, yeah. So, again, that's a tall order for us because we're getting old and we're all fucked. We have to try and play shit we played when we were in our 20s.
The old muscle memory, is it?
Yeah. Just the old muscles, mate.
The old muscles,
They're not going to keep up.
Tell me about it. And then you're back on Arc Tangent next year as well.
Yes.
That was announced this week, which is great.
Yeah, we were meant to be on that last year, and we knew we were on. It's such a fucking tasty line.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like honoured to even be a part of just playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And like Opeth, it's like to say you're playing a festival of Opeth.
I know, it's amazing.
Again, we'll die happy.
Well, I've got my rollover tickets for that, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, cool, man. So see it there.
And I live in Cardiff, so Bristol is no sweat for me. I can actually come back and forth if I want. But that should be really good. So you've got the tour coming up, and then you've got Arc Tangent.
Yep.
What other plans have you got? What else is in the pipeline?
Our release plans are...
You've obviously got the live thing that you were talking about.
Yeah, we've got Ripple releasing that, which is our label at the minute. It's going to come out on a beautiful digipack, which is like a
CD DVD,
and it's going to be like a vinyl with a DVD like extra in it. It's a little extra if you've still got a DVD player.
Games console and all that.
So it's like the full performance recording, like pro, and it sounds. We went back to the studio where we did the album, just set up in the live room and went through the tracks.
And are you always writing? Are you always putting stuff down? So by next summer you'll probably have new stuff as well.
Oh, I don't know about that. So it takes a bit.
There'll be stuff there, definitely, but it's worth.
Maybe we'll be ready yet.
It takes a while for some reason. I don't know.
I can understand why.
It gets chopped and changed so many times.
Yeah, so much gets fucked off as well. Like Swarbar guitar player is an absolute nightmare, isn't it? I'm not playing it. It's good though.
So are you able to stay for the rest of the day?
We're hanging around for a bit. What time is it now?
Not too long.
10 past
4. I think we're leaving around 5ish. Unfortunately, but we've got
That's a shame. Yeah, sure. Brilliant. Well, thank you, gents. Good to catch up with you. And I'm glad everything went well. Don't worry about that. That's fine. I'm glad we caught up. And thank you very much. And we'll put this out very soon.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.